All right, guys, we're back. I just ran across the job actually that uh, just a standard apartment building. Um, it's got a what do we have? 3 foot by 8 inch wall, just a 2 by 1 footing slab. I got some stoops on it, some interior footings, grade beam on the interior there. So I thought we'd go ahead and go through this one for those of you who have just started out with PlanSwift or just got the plugin. Um, and there's quite a few of you I know. So we'll just go ahead and start with that. I already actually did some work on this, the site work utility stuff, but I took it out of the job folder and everything so we can, we're just going to pretend like this folder is not even there. So just like we're starting a brand new job, we got to go to the estimating tab and drag in the job folder and just hit OK. Obviously, again, we can never change that. And after we drag that in, we can go back to the home tab because now everything goes inside of there anyway. So set up your folders the way you want, however you want to break things up. And one more for the walls. Okay, so got that done. We're ready to get started here. Let's see. Looks like 4, 5. Looks like it's actually broke up there. You got that, and then you got like a breezeway in between there. What's the difference between 4 and 5 here? The height of the wall. That's about it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do like these number 4 walls that are 8 inches shorter. I'm going to digitize them separately, so I don't have to come back in and do block outs for them to to knock that concrete back out. Um, I know a lot of you have told me that you'll just consider it a 3 foot wall and leave the concrete in there, and it's just a little room to maneuver for you, I guess. So if you want to do that, that's fine. I'm actually going to break it up individually here. Um, So yeah, basically this piece will be separate. Then I'm going to have 2 shorter walls there. Then we'll have another taller wall going around here, it looks like. Um, yeah, right to here again. So we'll break it here again, have a couple shorter walls there for that breezeway. And then we'll go to that taller wall again there, it looks like. Yep, and down here. And, again, back to the taller wall out there and the breezeway there. So let's drag in our I'm going to do the wall first. The reason I do the wall first is that's generally the dimensions on the drawing. You rarely ever see dimensions to the outside of the footing or something. So those are the measurements we have. Plus the footing is 90% of the time or something centered on the wall. And I'll show you when we do the footing how that's going to save us some time. So we drag in the wall, and here's the inputs that we need. We got 8 inches, 3 foot. Form both sides, name it here, let's call it foundation wall. And I'm going to come back and do the rebar after I digitize it. I generally bring it in, fill that out, and then I digitize and then worry about details and things like that. So um, I'm going to go ahead and draw a couple of these walls out here, and just this 3 foot one, not the other one, but I'm going to draw that out and be right back with you. All right, I got the walls drawn out, and now we're gonna worry about the details here as far as the bar and things like that. So we'll go up here and just take a look at it. So right away we got four number 5 horizontals, and let's see. All right, so we're gonna have some number 5 uprights. So we'll go to our reinforcing folder here and grab those uprights, and number 5, 32, and those will be that there. Whoops, wrong one. How about that one? And number of grids 1, perfect. And for number 5, these are the horizontal bars. We'll change that to 5. And the corner bars there, I'll go through and digitize them, but you know, obviously that's what that is. You digitize where you got corner bar. You click it once at each corner, it will put 1 bar in for every continuous bar that you have, and obviously here we entered 4, so I'm just going to click once on each corner that I have, and it'll put 4 in there for every time I click. So what else did we have here? So number 4, 16 by 12, 32 on center. I'm going to put them in there, but I don't know anybody that's going to drill a hole in their form like that for a apartment complex building. But we will put them in. All right, so we got number 4, 16 by 12, and what was it? 32 on center. 32 on center. Good. All right, so we got those. And all right, that's it for the bar. That's it there. The forming I don't have to worry about. It's really straightforward. You know, forming 2 sides, nothing out of the ordinary on this. So I'm not going to worry about that at all. Let's see, we're going to have, we got 830, 9, we're going to have a little over 1,000. They're going to have to do 3, I'm going to make it 2. So I'm going to do 2 pours with a pump. And the reason I say we're going to have 1,000, you notice I did not digitize that one. And once we get some more stuff filled in here, I will show you why I did not digitize that one. And let's throw our anchor bolts in there. And shear walls. Yeah, I'm just going to go 32 on center. Where are we at? There we go. All right, so half by 12, and on center spacing 32, and we'll hit OK. And obviously we're not going to have to digitize that. I'll check out that detail later. There might not be much for shear walls on this. I might just move it to 48, but I'll worry about that later. And that should be it for the wall. I can't imagine they're actually putting this insulation on the outside. That's a waste of some good insulation. So I'm going to leave that out for now and actually check with them on that. So that's it for that wall. We got that all taken care of. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this wall, because I'm sure most of the inputs are going to be similar. So I'm down 8 inches, so I'm going to be 2'4". I'm just going to change the color here so I can see it differently, and so I'll just call this like a stoop wall. So yeah, I'll come back and worry about the details. I know right away I can delete that because it's going to get concrete poured over the whole thing there anyway. And I know right away I can change this to 1. That's going to give us a total of 3 pours on the foundations, which with a little over 1,000 feet, it's going to be 1,000 plus whatever these walls come up to. So that's about what these guys are going to pour at a time. So I'm going to go through, digitize these walls, and I'll be right back with you again. All right, we got those stoop walls put in now. Now let's worry about the details here and see what's different, see what we got to change. We still have 4 number 5 horizontals. Still have number 5 verticals at 32. And actually they're going to remain the same because they're going to stick out the top there to tie in. So I guess the only thing we don't have is those hook ties there, so we'll delete those. And yeah, everything else is going to be the same there. Yeah, I'll pick up the corner bars, and that's actually going to be it for that one. So far, here's what we got. These two here are trench footings. I'm probably going to end up doing them just a poured wall, because by the time you excavate there anyway, you're gonna have a hard time doing a trench footing. So yeah, this is what we got here. And, again, I got nothing over there, and we'll cover that later here. So we're ready to do the footing, and on this one we're very fortunate. Our footing centered on the wall again, so that's going to make this footing really easy for us. So we'll just go to our continuous footing, drop it in there, and we were 2 by 1, and just going to rename it. Actually, that's right. So yeah, we're good to go. I hit OK, and it's ready to digitize. I'm not going to digitize anything though. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the light bulb on both the foundation wall and the stoop wall. And I'm going to select both of them at the same time. Zoom in and just right click and copy. I'm going to go click on my footing, right click, and paste it as a sub item. And I'm going to click yes here because I do want to copy the digitizer points. And now one more time, I'm just going to hit that footing. I'm going to send it to the back. I can see the wall in front on top of it. So that quickly, we got that footing done now. The only thing we got to do is clean up the ends. Move them around just a little bit. So that's actually going to be really easy to do. So by doing that, by digitizing the center, and you're able to use that same linear, because the center of this footing and the center of the wall are the same exact location. So it saved us that much time there doing that. We are going to have to move these out. Like I say, the joints and the ends, we're going to have to clean up just a bit, but it's like I say, it's really easy to do. For instance, I can there we go. I can take those 3 all at the same time, get them moved over. Let's see, I can get that whole row of them, which is only going to be to here. I can get those. And yeah, we're gonna have with that wall change in there. We're gonna have a handful of them to do, but you see the point. You can move multiple ones at a time, um, and you know it saves you a lot of time. You know, instead of moving around, changing them all at once, or even digitizing it all again. So I'm gonna go through and make these adjustments, and be right back with you again. Okay, we got the corners there cleaned up. It took about 3 or 4 minutes maybe. But now we got everything lined up, you know, where it goes. Certainly a lot faster than drawing it out too. So let's move on to, let's get the details for that footing set here. So we're gonna have 2 continuous bar, 2 number 5s, so we're good there. And transverse bar number 3 at 32. Got that. Number of grids is 1. The length of those bars is automatically input, just the width. Just taking off the concrete cover on each side for us. And number 5 at 32 on center. Let's see, 20 and 4. So 20 by 4, again at 32 on center, number 5s. And that's it for the footing. Yep, that's done. Except for the number of pours. Say 3 for now. Alright, so we got that. Now the one thing we don't have is the corner bar for the footings. While I was moving those footings, I did the corner bar on the stoop walls there. So now we got, you know, essentially everywhere we got a corner bar in that wall, we're going to have it on the footing too. The only difference is I'm going to copy and paste these, and what I'm going to do is just highlight those just like we did before to get that footing in there. So I'm basically just going to highlight all the corner bar in both the walls there. Right click and copy it, and come up here to my footing. Paste it, copy the digitizer points, and change the color there so we can see it a little better. I'll turn them corner bars off in the walls. Now we got corner bar in that footing. You know, and the only difference is, you know, that corner bar for that footing, you know, the edge of that footing's right there. So those could be moved over, but just having them in there is the only thing we need. So we're good to go there. We picked up all them corner bar. So we're done with that. So now the footing's completely done. Let's refresh it here. So, yep, that's it there on the footing. Let's see, what do we want to do now? Now we got all these interior footings. Let's see what we got. Looks like 2S1. All of them, just 2S1 of those interiors. Okay, so, all right, we're going to use the trench footing for this, and I'm just going to do that trench footing. You see it's 2 foot wide, 2 foot deep, and then I'm going to do a curb wall on top. I don't know anybody that's going to form this whole thing up like this at once. Let's pretty silly. So they're gonna have to shorten up their anchor bolts there or something. Or I guess you could cast them in the footing there and pour your curb wall around it, I guess. But so we'll grab our trench footing tool and 2x2. Yeah, that's about it. So we'll drop that in. 2x2. And tell you what, not to confuse anybody, I'm going to set them at 0. That's for some overdig, you know, because you're never going to dig that trench footing, you know, exactly what it is. So elevation, it is down 8 inches. Center, and I'm just going to rename this one interior trench footing, and change the color here. And again, I'm just going to start digitizing and come back and worry about the details later. So, all right, I'm going to draw these out real quick and be back with you again. All right, we got part of those drawn out. I noticed a little pattern here, so you'll see that I left off the one here, I left both of them there, and this one here. So again, the excavation fills itself in already. The depth, because we told it the elevation, it knows how deep it is. It makes the calculations for us there, so we don't have to worry about that. So let's get our rebar set. Okay. So again, we got four number 5s. Got those. And we got number 3 stirrups at 32. Okay. Got those, got that. And I'm just going to delete the insulation because we don't have it on this one here. And we'll worry about picking up the corner bar here when we're ready. So that's it for the trench footing on those parts there. Let's get this curb wall on top of it there. And so we're going to be 8-inch by 8-inch. Yeah. So we'll just take our curb wall here. And actually I'm going to separate that out because that's going to add that curb wall into the footage of the wall, which I'll get that later there though. So we're going to be 8-inch by 8-inch, 2 form sides, going down the center again. Curb wall, and let's change the color here so we can see it. See it a little bit better. And that's it. So we'll hit OK. And you know, again, I'm going to shut it off, and I'm going to click on that trench footing. Right click and copy, and paste a sub item. Yes. You'll see that. But the only I ran the footings through each other because the bar is going to have to run through it anyway. You know, you're getting a little concrete, but it's not much. It's not going to hurt us. The curb wall did the same thing since the footing did. You know, and again, for I got 2 of them there, or 3. I mean, I'm only going to have that happen 4 times, and it's 8-inch by 8-inch, so I'm not concerned about that. But there we got the curb wall on top of there. They don't show anything in it, but I'm going to throw one number 5 in there. And okay, we only got 2 shear walls, so that was where the anchor bolts were 32. So we're gonna have to do our anchor bolts. We're actually gonna have to digitize them out. So again, we'll drop them in. Only the spacing is different. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to look at that. That's not showing up right, but maybe it doesn't mean it's not working, I guess. So again, that's the only one I'm going to digitize there. Huh, that ain't right. I suppose all of you got that too, so we'll have to go through and fix that. So we're going to have the same thing. I'm just going to duplicate that, and these ones are going to be at 48. So I'll hit OK. And yeah, instead of even digitizing those, again, let's just click on the curve wall and paste them in there. There we go. All right, so we got those done. That's done. That's done. And that's going to be it for the curb walls and the footings. So now, why I left those out is because we can take this one, now that we got everything in it, we can copy it down. So I'm just going to highlight the whole thing and tell it I'm going to go down 18.8, and I'm going to do one copy. And what did I do? I clicked something wrong apparently. Let's try this again here. There we go. I must have hit the tab and put 18 inches. So we copy that one down because we got everything in it. This one here is identical to this one here. So 40'8" on this one. And actually, before we do that, actually we don't need corner bar because the bars are going to run through both ways. So let's not worry about the corner bar. So I'll take that one copy. Oh, god damn it. I did 20'8", not 40'8". So if you do it right, it saves you a lot of time, but if you do it like this, it costs you a lot. But there we go on that one. And now what my plan was here was, just because these aren't the exact same size doesn't mean we can't copy them over. So, I'm going to figure out what we need here, which is 7610. So copy that over at 7610, and we'll take this one, and might as well measure. There's no guarantee that's right. No measurement. Probably centered in there, I imagine. Let's find out. 11.6, 11.8. Sure is. So 6911. Okay. So we copied them over, but they're, still not right. So let's just highlight it, and essentially, if we first know the distance, 6 foot there, and 1310. So again, highlight it and just click on that one there. Move that up 6. You see that lines right up for us. Same thing here, down 6, and then we'll come over to this one, and 1310, right? Yep. So that's it there. And if we reorder the items here, you can see that everything's in the right spot, and so you see the anchor bolts went with it, the curve ball, everything moved at once. And again, instead of drawing it out again, it just saved us some time there. So that's it for those interior trench footings, and got the curb wall, and yeah, that takes care of all of that. The only thing I am going to change is I noticed that them shear walls are only on the interior, so I'm going to change this back to 48. So yeah, we got no corner bars in our curb wall because they're going to cross anyway, trench footing the same way. Yeah, so we're all done with all of this here, and yeah, we're ready to do the slab here, aren't we? Yeah, I'm gonna wait on those. I'm gonna check and see if they want to do them as a board wall. So let's get our interior concrete. And start doing our slab. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'm going to stop here. I'm going to make the slab a separate video. So, yeah, you'll have to come back to watch the video for the slab to see why I left all this off here. So maybe some of you have already caught on. Yeah, that's it for this one. Check back for the next video, and let us know if you got any questions. Thanks.